At FGS, we interview the biggest and best talent in the gaming industry.
The frog is holding a human ear, obviously, because frogs don't have ears.
That is crazy.
In this video, we've cut together the best bits of legends talking about their first role in video games.
Let's work with real US Navy SEALs.
I blame Sam Lake for this. They spelt my name wrong. So
If you want to watch the full interviews, there is a playlist pinned in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to FGS for more videos like this.
What was your first role in video games?
I don't know because I was living in Japan. I was 16 years old, and a Japanese company came to my school and said we need 4 guys who speak English to do voices for video games, for mid-80s arcade games. And we went down and we did a bunch of pilot voices and soldier voices and all that stuff, and they never told us what the games were. But I have been doing voices in video games since they invented voices in video games.
That is crazy. I had
crazy.
no idea. Mine was Lady D in Resident Evil Village.
That's crazy.
So that is also crazy.
First role in video games was Augmented Empire. The one straight after that was Divinity Original Sin 2, where I play about 70 NPCs, and you can find me all through the game.
Wow, impressive.
What about you?
Interstate 82, I played a character named Hinckley, and I think some guy had just heard me somewhere doing a Christopher Walken impression that I did. And he said, yeah, just do that. So the whole thing is just him, Hinckley, talking like this. I don't even know where it is anymore.
Mr. Dick, I expect that you will neutralize this problem.
Oh, I will. Well, my name's not Rank Dick.
Have you ever played it?
No, never even seen it, but I remember I went to Activision, and they had me on a Saturday, the parking lot's empty, and I went in, and looking in the windows, knocking on the door to where I'm supposed to go, and one guy comes in, I go in, and the place is empty, and they just take me to this back closet booth, and I'm like, I think this is a prank, I think I'm gonna be killed. And I'm like, but I need the money, so.
Oh, that's easy. It was a slot machine. And this was a fruit slot machine called Reservoir Frogs. And I was everything.
The voice?
I was everything. They were looking for a Michael Madsen sound-alike. So I went in, and I'm saying cherries, bananas, pineapples, you know.
And that's your first voiceover?
That was my first gig, yeah. And then they have a frog, you know, who's dressed up like the Reservoir Dogs, okay? But the frog is holding a human ear, obviously, because frogs don't have ears. So what else was he gonna hold up?
Okay.
He's holding up a human ear, and he's like, hey, let's go to work. That was all me.
That's awesome.
Sure, let's go to work.
What about you?
Mine was Halo 5, I believe. Yeah, I was like brand new to LA, and I couldn't say the word Spartan. They were like, you have to say this correctly, you are a Spartan, you know? So
Well, it's just as well they didn't get someone from Boston to be a Spartan.
I know.
I'm a Spartan warrior.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, but like really a really intense, great experience to start out, because then I would go to other games and be like, oh, this is easy.
Everyone ready?
Affirmative.
First role in video games.
Terrible background voices in a Shrek game.
What?
Hey, Ogre, stop right there!
But like an actual role, that would have been a terrible PS2 game called Prism, Chapter 1, The Dark Unicorn, and it's terrible. But I own it.
Many blessings upon you, Prism, for today you have come of age.
And then I had a chance to work on Ace Combat 5, and I was like kind of a narrator, and like the camera view of the story, this very kind of like war-torn political story, was through my character, who was a journalist. I was green as hell. I look back and hear it, and I'm like, oh, it's cringy. But you know, we all start from somewhere.
Far away from civilization, the protectors of the peace take to the skies.
Well, my first AAA game, which really sort of put me on the map, but it totally didn't go anywhere. But it was Beowulf. They needed to replace the voice of Angelina Jolie, and they were looking for somebody who could do like a bit of an Eastern European accent and had the same vocal range. And so that was the first thing that I landed. I'm like, I've made it! And then, you know, for like nothing really quite happened from that for a long time. But at the time, it was like the bee's knees.
That's really cool.
To you I swear, as long as this golden horn remains in my keeping, you will forever be king.
What about you?
So I got the very first mocap job I ever got was Ghost Recon Future Soldier.
Oh, fun!
Playing 30K. So I did all the
Yeah.
performance capture for 30K.
Cool.
And it was interesting because it was like very, they're all jocks and lads. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing vaguely feminine about any of these men. They're all just violent soldiers. For instance, the character's called 30K. His nickname comes from allegedly killing 30 people with a grenade.
Oh, not gold. You were
No,
like 30.
no. So it's very much like that's where the game is at.
Oh, no.
But it was really fun. I got to see multi-role. I got to work with real US Navy SEALs. And do a lot
I
of
love
gun
that.
stuff.
I love
It
when
was really
Ubisoft
cool.
does that. That's
Yeah,
I
it was
feel
cool.
like they do,
It was very, very cool. So it was really fun to work with Ubisoft as well. I had a really good time.
My first role was, this is great, was assorted characters in Quantum Break, and I blame Sam Lake for this. They spelled my name wrong. So they spelled it with one R.
I was going to say, was it 3 R's?
Yeah, 8. Yeah, just like, but sorry. No, they took one R off. So on my
Rude.
IMDb page, it goes Ben Starr, also known as Ben,
Ben Starr.
because of that one role.
Ben Starr 1 and Ben Starr 4.
I have a bone to pick with Remedy.
This will only be sorted out when Ben and I have a leading role in the next game.
Thank you so much, Sam.
My first role was a character called Asher Forrester in Telltale Game of Thrones. He is one of my favorite characters, and I never got to finish his story because we were supposed to do another game, and then Telltale Games went under. And I think he will always be one of my favorites because I never got to finish his story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it always feels
absolutely.
like open-ended, but it feels like there's unfinished business there.
That makes sense.
I had an audition recently while I was on holiday. I was in the south of France. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, 36 degrees Celsius, and it was to tape for 8 characters. So I was in there for a good couple of hours.
Yeah.
Overtime, like literally overtime. I went in with like swim shorts, a shirt on, and then like the shirt
How
came
did you
off.
not take a
and then-
picture for the internet?
and
What
then
are you doing?
And then I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I'm desperate. I took my swim shorts off.
I mean,
And I taped this
the
audition.
things
fully
we
nude.
will do.
Fully nude, just like, okay. And
Did you
then
book the job?
I booked the job.
See what I'm saying?
I booked the job.
I have recorded entire video games in pillow forts in hotel rooms.
I like to also have a little nosy around on Google to see if I can work out what the game is.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I love it. People think they've codenamed it really well.
Yeah, no, they haven't.
That said, I didn't know for Final Fantasy. They'd taken all the code names out.
Oh, so there was no reference
There was
to...
no reference. There was no reference to crystals. There was no
Right,
reference
'cause
to
that would have been mean.
Sid and Ifrit.
If there's a Sid, you know you're in a Final Fantasy game,
And
right?
but
Don't know
that's
which
what
one.
But that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
the word Sid that made me realise eventually that they'd taken it out.
I remember I auditioned then for a game where they needed a zombie actor. It turned out to be Dead Island 2, and I worked on that game for like 3 years, pretty much. And so I did a lot of the zombie animation for Dead Island 2. When we did like the early cutscenes, I think there was one in the beginning in an airplane where basically one person turns into a zombie and then bites another person and that turns into a zombie and stuff. And when we filmed it, basically what happened was I was the initial zombie and then I would bite someone else and then I would be that person as a zombie. And then, so there was like cuts. You every single. So Mark, basically, move to the other seat. Exactly. So literally, we were like, okay, you do this zombie, and then you become that zombie, and then I was the only zombie on that.
Can I get a selfie?
Actually, that led straight into the voiceovers because I tore my meniscus in 2020, and then I auditioned for a game. You turned up on crutches, and they went. And then it turned out to be Great Ace Attorney, which I then booked. So 2 months after my knee surgery, I recorded Great Ace Attorney, which was my first video game voiceover.
I will become a lawyer. I have to.
Do it again, but less shit.
And that changed everything for me.
I didn't know I could do that.
And once I learned that, I stopped being as self-conscious.
I also got Who Let You In Here?